Channel 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the man from Arkansas, getting the start here, their rookie quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. It's Myers again with another catch. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Minshew. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. John Franklin Myers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
want play action. Here's Nix. On the move to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Minshew sets to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
48 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
What's good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Pushes past him. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
56 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's an early front runner for MVP in the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake, Nix.
His throw incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll buy some time right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Marvin Mims
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50 as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he returns this to the 22. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a handoff running through the middle. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him.
You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay.
I like your...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
They'll go play action with Nix. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season.
They start the second half here with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Throwing Nix.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Nix. And this one complete again to Mims.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
To throw is Nix. That is caught.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Josh Reynolds, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
On the return, Dylan Laube.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Alex Singleton
coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving
under pressure. They got him again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Dances by him. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Here's Nix. Rolling to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He finds his man complete. It's Reynolds. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Nix to the air.
Steps away. Touchdown, Broncos. Josh Reynolds. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now Minshew. Short throw caught by Bowers.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down. Back to throw again. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They're going to look to throw.
That one taken in by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw it. Minshew. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
It'll be Minshew again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
The home team's offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Good footwork at the 30. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On play action, here's Nix.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reynolds. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. Let's go.
To throw, here's Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, some strong running. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Here we go, Shaq.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference, see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raiders heading out to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Minshew sets to throw.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
John Franklin Myers able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Minshew.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Over the middle, complete. It's Myers.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they dipped to 2-5.